I'd read the poems of Richard Hugo for a long time. I admired them because they were local, not provincial or sequestered things. They were poems that rang out from real places. A person can get to the headwaters of a Hugo poem, to the river or town where the lyric began. I chased poems to La Push and Kapowsin, from the sludge of the Duwamish to where it sluiced into Puget Sound. I chased Hugo's poetry to Montana because I wanted to see the places he wrote about. For several weeks, I met up with his friends and family, who toured me to these places. On this journey, a bright, sunny day, I'm traveling to Philipsburg with Annick Smith and Bill Kittredge, Montana writers who were close friends of Hugo's. And I'm also with Charles D'Ambrosio, a writer whom I've admired for a number of years. Charlie, too, is obsessed with Hugo's poetry. He once moved to Philipsburg because of Hugo's epic poem, Degrees of Grey in Philipsburg, and he lived there for almost 2 years.
Look where they knocked a window in back here. Somebody had bricked it up and they knocked it out and got an air conditioner in.
He just thought that, it's industrial, and he was writing more about flowing things.
Mm-hmm. You'd seen enough industrial in West Seattle.
Yeah.
Out there on the river. So what do they have it? They cleaned out the flat area.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Here?
I wouldn't be terribly surprised if it was on the far side of that hill.
I thought it was off to the left, but this isn't the way. Yeah, and there's more of it, There's all ghost town back there than this. I think it was maybe the first months.
Really?
But, there's still structures there. There's Granite, which I think is the ghost town, which was just as big. For some reason, Philipsburg won out, barely. But
Still won't fall finally down. It was already dead when I was here, but it was tiers of frame buildings with these little windows and dormers coming out. So it was this huge wooden structure on top of the rock and the brick.
yeah. In the ghost town, some of that stuff's still intact.
Right here, with those two things right there.
Yeah. How many of these? I mean, you think about just the enormous kind of concentration, it's sort of energy on this kind of project.
Right.
And we're talking about a boom of a very short time. And
Right.
It's gone. And then people are gone. And
when you
a
look
town
at this,
up there that had a newspaper. And there's a big dance hall up there.
right?
In the ghost town. It's just.
This is amazing because for the first time I've never made this connection before, but with these down to the rock and the archways and stuff, it almost looks like a Montana Piranesi. All those Roman ruins.
Yeah.
That room is beautiful.
Yeah.
The work in that is made down in the city.
Yeah.
Off the other hand.
Wow.
It's not Lincoln.
No, I know. It's so solid. It's amazing.
Wow.
Look at this. And look how it curves down there. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it makes a beautiful curve.
Yeah.
That's all done. God, that's so precise. So hard to do. You know?
Yeah.
Dick took his car and went home, and early in the morning, I thought it was around 5 o'clock that he called and said, "I've got this poem, I want you to hear it." And he read the first draft of Philipsburg on the phone to us that morning, and we said, "Wow, pretty good work, Dick."
Yeah.
Pretty good work.
I always said, it's a speculative form. Mm-hmm. You can try these things out and say, well, what if this happened?
Yeah.
Degrees of Grey in Philipsburg is the emotional epicenter of all of Hugo's work. It's the story of a man who comes into a strange town and has lunch.
Yeah, that one's a little Missoula-ish there. The old sign, my favorite sign in Missoula is painted up above Charlie's on that wall as you're going down Higgins toward Charlie's. Some hotel, and it's all blacked out now. It used to say Victorian comfort at layman's prices.
The car that brought you here still runs. The money you buy lunch with, no matter where it's mined, is silver. And the girl who serves you food is slender, and her red hair lights the wall. So anyway, we moved up there and we fixed it all up, and we had a big opening day of fishing season party there. No, it was 4th of July and it snowed. But Hugo came, and it was just when he had broken up with Jen. He was in just terrible, terrible shape. He was really crying and all that sort of stuff. So I remember that. He was in love with the lady who paid for us.
She used to come back once in a while. I remember she was at parties.
Right.
Betty and she married the guy who was hit by lightning out of a clear sky. And he had lightning.
He had a zigzag burn on his body.
Wow. You might come here Sunday on a whim, say your life broke down. The last good kiss you had was years ago. You walk these streets laid out by the insane, past hotels that didn't last, bars that did, the tortured try of local drivers to accelerate their lives. Only churches are kept up. The jail turns 70 this year. The only prisoner is always in, not knowing what is done. The principle supporting business now is rage, hatred of the various grays the mountain sends, hatred of the mill, the silver bill repeal, the best-liked girls who leave each year for Butte. One good restaurant and bars can't wipe the boredom out. The 1907 boom, 8 going silver mines, a dance floor built on springs, all memory resolves itself in gaze. In panoramic green, you know the cattle eat, are 2 stacks high above the town, 2 dead kilns, the huge mill in collapse for 50 years that won't fall finally down. Isn't this your life? That ancient kiss still burning out your eyes? Isn't this defeat so accurate? The church bell simply seems a pure announcement, ring and no one comes. Don't empty houses ring? Are magnesium and scorn sufficient to support a town, not just Philipsburg, but towns of towering blondes, good jazz and booze the world will never let you have until the town you came from dies inside. Say no to yourself. The old man, 20 when the jail was built, still laughs, although his lips collapse. Someday soon, he says, I'll go to sleep and not wake up. You tell him no, you're talking to yourself. The car that brought you here still runs. The money you buy lunch with, no matter where it's mined, is silver. And the girl who serves your food is slender, and her red hair lights the wall. God bless you, Dick.
Sacred falls down and does not mend. Just remember that death is not the end. Not the end. Not the end. Just remember that death is not the end.